Okay, so the topic we're about to discuss today is university intakes for Ireland. It's really so good to be here again. I'm always so excited to be here with you all, and to just enjoy this moment with you. As you all know, that Ireland has one of the best education systems in the world, and there are so many reasons to study there. Universities are globally connected, and graduates with Irish education institutions, they have access to many different careers all over the world. Ireland is an island nation on the topmost edge of Europe. It is the continent's second largest island after Great Britain, and it's known for its beautiful green countryside facilitating history and friendly people. The standard of education in Ireland is among the world's best, with 7 top-level universities and a focus on research and global top collaborations. Studying in Ireland can give you a great start to a successful career. Ireland ranks highly for quality of education that meets the needs of competitive economy, plus knowledge transferred into universities and international companies. It's also a lot of fun. So if you are looking to study in Ireland, the first thing to look out for is the admission circles at the universities in Ireland. There are 2 main intakes for Irish universities: the autumn intake, which is in September, October, and we have the spring intake, which is in February. So autumn and fall intakes for Irish universities. The fall intake is the main intake at the universities in Ireland. All the Irish universities offer most of their courses in autumn intake. The fall semester in Ireland usually starts in September. If you wish to apply for a fall semester, I would actually advise that you actually start your application as soon as possible, because the truth is you have to start early so that you can meet up in time. While the spring intake is not for every course in Ireland, and neither is it for every university. And like I said, spring intake in Ireland starts in February, so they have very limited courses that are available and very limited universities that offer these courses. Ireland offers students the option of applying, for instance, their 2 years work permit visa, and it gives them the opportunity to work for 20 hours during the regular months without applying for any extra work permits. Isn't that great? The number of international students who went on to secure employment permits after graduating has also increased in recent years. Nigerian students looking to study abroad may not be aware of Ireland as an option, but the Irish education system is ranked in the top 20 in Europe by the IMD World Competitive Yearbook. The truth is, the country is globally connected and is constantly in the process of evolving economically, academically, and culturally, along with providing the highest standard of education in its 500 plus programs. Ireland provides students with the opportunity to immerse themselves in its culture and enrich their academic experience. Hi, I am Mo from Next Concept Limited. You are all welcome here today, and it's so good to have you here. I'm so excited to be here. I see you all joining in. I'm waving at you, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much for being here. This promises to be so much fun, and you can always leave your questions in the comment section, and I'll be sure to attend to you as soon as I'm done with this presentation. Thank you so much for being here. I see you. I'm moving back at you. Hi. So if you want to go for the September intake for Ireland, say September 2021, it's always better that you start as early as possible. As a matter of fact, you start your application from like February or March, and you know fully well that you're going for September intake. It's always advisable that you start your application process early enough. So what I'm trying to say is, that you should have started since. Don't just start it now, because now September is around the corner, So it is advisable that you start as early as possible. Say you're going for September, like I said. The first step of the process is for you to study in Ireland in September. Say you're going for September 2021, for instance. You should have chosen your course at the universities you want to go to. And with our help, we can always help and guide you. But I just want to tell you about the process and how it works. So most Irish universities, they offer most of their courses in fall or autumn semesters. And that is in September. Most courses actually come up in September. So you pick one that you're interested in. The courses you choose should be aligned with your study and career goals and affordability. Universities in Ireland have different deadlines for different courses, and all the information about this we will provide for you. If you are interested in studying in Ireland, you can always send us a DM, or you could always give us a call, and we would always guide you through. So all the information that you would need about the courses, the studying in Ireland requirements, the admission deadline, we could always provide for you, as long as you give us the required information and you show your interest. We would always put you through. So if you were to go for September 2021, we would have advised that from February, March, you would have started putting in and gathering all your documents and sending in your documents and knowing all the requirements that are needed. And knowing fully well that IELTS is very, very important. It's always advisable that you would have done your IELTS courses from that February, So in other words, what I'm saying is that it is important that you fulfill all the eligibility criteria to study in Ireland if you want to study, like I said, in an English-speaking Irish university. IELTS and TOEFL are the requirements that you would need. You would definitely need them. And you will definitely need some minimum scores to be eligible. So say you want to go for September 2021, like I said, you should have started applying to the colleges by April to May. As a matter of fact, even before April, because it's always important that you gather your documents, you meet all the requirements, and latest by February, March, so that by April, we would have put in your applications to all the universities that you require, so that you can start getting feedback from them as soon as possible. So you have a list of all the universities that you want to apply to, and you have all the requirements. Then it's always best that you start applying as soon as possible. And you know fully well that aside from your application, you would need some other supporting documents like your SOP. You would also need you need your CV and some other documents that will be required, and will definitely put you through. So say you've put in your application, the next step is for your acceptance letter to be out, your offer letter. So if you put in your application as soon as possible, you know fully well that by June, July, you would have started getting your offer letter, and you would start getting prepared for your interview, because some schools would want to interview you. So you will know that you have an ample amount of time for the interview to be done, which means that the earlier the better is always the best option. So as soon as you've been given an offer, we always advise that you don't wait. You make your payments immediately. You make your payments, because it's very important that you do not delay, so that you can get your visa as soon as possible as well. So for visa, the next step for your visa for studying in Ireland is around, say you want to go in September, you will know that your visa is already coming out around June, July, say at most by August. You would have gotten a reply from the school, and you're already applying for your visa. And so it's always advisable that we make hay while the sun shines and do all these things on time. So once you receive your offer letter, the next step is to apply for your visa. So by August, you're already going for your ticketing and your departure. And so, if we follow through this process, it makes it easier for you to get into school as soon as possible. I'm talking about the process for getting into school and getting in for your intake and meeting up with your enrollment for that year. That it's always best that we apply on time and we apply early. So say you want to go for September 2022 for your start. you need to have started from now to apply, you know, or you just start applying from January, February. Do you get? But if you want to go in for January, then you start applying from now. Because if for September 2022, you already know that you're doing your TOEFL, you're doing your IELTS, and you're ensuring that all your documents are ready, so that by latest for January intakes now, for October, November this year, you're already hearing from the school, your offer letter is already out, and you're already preparing for your visa. Do you understand what I mean? So say you want to go for February, you can always start now as well. But the truth is that the earlier the better. You know what I mean? So that you can get into school as soon as possible. You know? So Nigerian students that are actually aspiring to go for undergraduate programs in Ireland, like I said, you could always send us a DM. We'll definitely get back to you, and we'll counsel you in order to know more about your educational background and see how we can help you to progress forward in your career growth. But like I said about the deadlines, for normal applications for UG, that's for undergraduates, it's February, you know. And for courses such as music, medicine, and for various other courses like that, they have their intakes. Some of them, as a matter of fact, most health courses and science courses, they start in September. While business management, IT courses, they start in January, February, you know, and we have some in September as well. And you know, like I said, that most of their courses for Ireland, they start in September. So we have very few and limited courses that start around January, and few and limited courses that start around February. So Ireland, one of Ireland's 7 top universities, they rank very, very high. And we also have universities that have private sector, like Bourne College of Arts, Dublin Business School. We have the universities, they actually offer over 5,000 programs for international students. So you have choices to choose from. We have courses such as engineering, we have arts, we have humanities, we have veterinary sciences, we have nursing, we have health, welfare, you know, so many. We have computer science, so many other courses. We have business studies. Some of the top universities we have in Ireland are Trinity College Dublin, in the University of Dublin, University College Dublin, National University of Ireland, Galway, University College Cork, Dublin City Universities. These are some of the top universities that we have in Ireland. And now Trinity College Dublin, some of the courses that they offer, we have accounting, we have computer science, we have law, we have medicine, we have economics. And like I said, if you want to apply, it's always best that you apply on time. For University College Dublin, we have courses such as veterinary science, we have history, we have nursing, we have engineering. And for National University of Ireland, we have English language and literature, we have psychology, we have pharmacy and pharmacology, and you know, so much more. So postgraduate programs in Ireland, they have the same application process as undergraduates, you know. And prospective students would have to shortlist their desired institutions and then send in their applications as soon as possible and timely as well. According to the recent USN, that's US News, Ireland is mentioned in the list of the top 5 nations for advanced development in fields of nanotechnology and material sciences, immunology, and so much more. For students who wish to continue their higher education in an environment that encourages excellence and provides the best possible tools for their researchers, Ireland is a great option. Some of the great popular master's and PhD courses, like I said, we have courses such as immunology, we have nanotechnology, we have material sciences, business administration, computer science, creative, history, and so much more. And most of the time, we have different dates for these courses. Their start dates. We have different start dates for these courses, you know. So for Trinity College Dublin, they have courses such as computer science and information technology. They have mathematics sciences, and like I said, each course comes with its own start date. University College Dublin, they have library and information management. Like I said, they have philosophy, and their normal application deadline is October. But like I said, each course has its own start date. And National University of Ireland, Galway, they have, like I said, also they have English language and literature, they have psychology, and they have chemistry. All these courses are amazing. So it depends on what you want to study. It depends on your spec. And like I said before, I would like you to just send us a DM, and we'll definitely meet up with you. I see other people joining in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. It's so good to have you here. Hi. So at the closing dates for applications can range between institutions depending on the course that you're applying for. Many institutions are very strict about the closing dates. It's very important that you make your applications as soon as possible. So you send in your documents early, and we'll put in your application. So I want to talk about some of the frequently asked questions about students that want to study in Ireland. Some students will always ask you, what does the admission process start in Ireland? It starts in September for the winter semester, and for the spring semester is in February. So some say, can I still apply if I miss the application deadline? Yes. Certain courses have provisions for late submissions of application forms and would allow candidates and students to send in their applications, in later dates. So some will say, is there a specific admission process for Nigerian students? But the truth is that the process is the same for postgraduate level, So and for international students, there is really no specifics admission process. It's all the same. And some would ask, what are the closing dates for application? The closing dates vary between institutions, like I said before, depending upon the policies and the courses that you have selected. You will need to be very, very thorough while gathering the information that you want to use and you're required. And we would need to be extremely thorough with your documents and make sure that you are following all that is required, and make sure that you are actually fulfilling all the requirements before we put in your application. And some students would also ask, like, what are some common documents that are required? So for studying in Ireland, like I said, you need your statements of purpose, you need your IELTS, you need your CV, you need your certificates, you need your transcripts, you need your references, all these will be required, and you need your WAEC certificates as well. All these will be required, and we'll definitely give you all this information when you come to us, and we know that you're fully ready to study in Ireland. Some students will also ask that which exam is required for masters in Ireland, for studying in Ireland. If you want to go for your masters, there aren't any specific exams per se that you are required to clear to study at a PG level in Ireland. However, you do have to ensure that you pass your IELTS or TOEFL or any other relevant English language proficiency test, because you would need those scores to apply. And some students would have asked that, what are the intakes for Ireland? Irish universities and colleges usually begin their autumn intakes in September, like I said, and their spring intake in February. Specific colleges and universities also have provisions that allow for year-round enrollment for students. And then some would ask that, what are the requirements for permanence for your PR? So, but the thing is that you can actually apply for your PR. If you come to us, we'll definitely give you more information about it. Do you get about your documentation processes, all the requirements we'll definitely give you and put you through everything. So, like I said, you could always send us a DM and we'll always get back to you. Some students would ask that is studying in Ireland expensive. The truth is, the fees actually vary depending on your discipline of study, your location, your college, whether you are living in the metropolitan center like Dublin. However, generally speaking, the cost of studying in Ireland for international students is around the European average of between 10,000 euros to like 16,000 euros, you know. So that is on the minimum. Do you understand? And some would ask that what are the options for post-study work permit? Like I was saying earlier, post-study work permits are only available for students who have completed their PG or PhD degree from an Irish higher education institution. Students with language degree, short-term diploma, etc. do not qualify for the post-study work permit. That's your PR. And some would always ask that, what are the top companies and startups in Ireland? Now, Dublin is known as the Silicon Valley of Europe. Tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, etc. They have all set up their European headquarters in Dublin, along with the established names in the industry. So Dublin is also known and it is home for some fast-growing startups, you know, like Soapbox Lab, Urban Voles, and so many more. So in general, the deadlines for intakes are usually a few months before the start date, and it is highly recommended that you apply early to maximize your chances of admission. Like I said, so these are some of the informations that are required, you know, for university intakes in Ireland. Yeah. So sorry that I've just been pouring everything out, but I would like to take some questions, and I wouldn't mind chatting with someone today, you know. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but I want to read through and see your questions. Let me just read through and see your questions. And also, before I take your question, I would also like you to note that for undergraduates, courses such as arts and humanities, they range between the range of 10,000 euros to 16,500 euros. Business goes from 10,000 to 16,000 euros. Engineering is from 10,000 euros to 21,600 euros. Medicine is from 31,000 euros to 50,000 euros. And science ranges from 10,000 euros to 21,600 euros. And for PG, that's for undergraduates. For postgraduate, that's PG. Arts and humanities range from 10,500 euros to 20,000 euros. Business ranges from 10,500 euros to 30,000 euros. Engineering ranges from 10,500 euros to 19,500 euros. And medicine ranges from 12,000 euros to 52,000 euros. That's for postgraduates. And sciences range from 10,500 euros to 18,000 euros. I just wanted to place it out there. And please note that your tuition fee will actually be paid at once. You're paying your tuition fee at once. And for Ireland, studying in Ireland, you can't take a dependent. I just want to you to know that you cannot take a dependent when you're going to travel as a student. And it's also important that you note that your tuition fee is required to be paid at once. So now I would like to go through your questions. Since I've given out all the informations that are needed, let me just see some questions that I can take. Like I said, I'm so sorry about the network issue we had. So no master class in February. No, like I said, somebody said, TM Luke says, so no master class in February. There are some courses that are available for February, you know, for masters. There are some for some specific universities, not all. So if you want to, it depends on the particular course that you want to go for. Would have to help you do a little bit of research on it, know the particular course you want to go for, and we'll definitely find some courses that will be available for you in February, if you understand what I mean. So hi Tola, you said you've been sending a message and no response to you yet. I would like you to just say hi to us on WhatsApp again, and definitely someone is going to respond to you. Just say hi to us on WhatsApp, or better still, just copy this message and send it again to us on WhatsApp. It's because of, you know, actually right now I'm actually attending to you, trying to dispense this information about Ireland, hence the reason why I cannot attend to my WhatsApp at the moment. So please just resend your message and we'll definitely get in touch with you. you know. So sorry, I'm just trying to check through to see some of the messages. Okay, so those are the messages that I have. It's been so good to be here. I'm so excited about the fact that we had this live today. Thank you so much for joining me despite the network glitch that we've been having. Thank you so much for being here. We hope to see you again same time next week. Don't just go anywhere. Just come back here same time next week, and we'll definitely love to have you. I hope that I've been able to pass out as much information as needed in respect to university intakes in Ireland, and I'm glad that I was here today, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Bye.